Alright, with a big heart and probably pretty late to the party. But they fucking re-added barrels. Fuck yes! So I'll show any watchers here the two best ways to farm. They're from every single event we've ever had with Hallowtide, where you can farm this stupid shit. But since they patched all the stupid trees, we're farming on the gate. So one of them is going to be an AFK method without run it back, finally. Because, well, before, even with my method, the only way you could really AFK the stupid thing is if you had to run it, if you had to run it back. But finally, the war has ended. We don't need run it back. And I finally got a second account to do this with. So I'll just skip this shit while I'm listening. Alright, so I've placed all the barrels we have. There are 2 barrels, weirdly, in this side. However, they are not pickable up for some reason. So, sadly, this is the max barrel count we have. You can use a campfire if you want to make it a little bit higher, but it won't change much. Anyway, genuinely, guys, thank you for the for the views that I got on my first video. Genuinely, peak cinema, bro. But alright, this there's 2 methods. The first method is pretty simple. You get up right here, you get up on the barrels, make sure to get on the tip. Otherwise, if you've made any like gaps like here, they will get in and they will camp out the rest of their lives here, them being the gourd keepers. Simple, right? You just spam. Once you're done, you gotta walk down, you start the trial again, vice versa. Now, if you have a second account, an alt account, you can AFK macro this bullshit. Finally. Sadly, since we don't have many barrels to spare, we can't use carnivore. Because, well, it was the thing that gave food to the alt account before. But since, as I said, there's a shortage of barrels, we cannot make the alt account stay in one spot forever. So sadly, you're gonna have to bring food. I recommend the second alt account to be a full power 20. I just put in some random stats to get carnivore to find out that, well, it didn't work, sadly. But yeah, so bring food. I especially recommend getting like a food starter. God damn it, I can't speak today. Fucking starter boon. To get more fucking food and to pick up more items. Obviously, to sell shit. All right, so the strat goes like this. You get up, same as before, except now you have your second window right here. You're dying old man. And I recommend you place yourself with the character's back looking at the post. Because for some reason, the gourd keepers, once they hit you and you're staying still, for some reason, most of the time, they love, and I mean love, to stick around. For some reason, so you gotta beat the living shit out of them like an abusive father. They'll stick around for a second or two, trying to hit you back, and then they'll run away, and you can continue. So the strat will go like this: you take out your fists. First, you start. You take out your fists. You can't really do much while you're alive. Then you start hitting. As you can see, our lover is right there. So we gotta hit a few times, maybe even fate, and then leave it up to our main guy. You switch back. I suggest maybe moving your POV, and then just spam. Get an auto clicker. Get an auto clicker. You do not want to spam this. So get an auto clicker, and then wait this shit out. Right, as you can see, it works. If you watched it, so sometimes, as I said, they love to go onto the sides. So I suggest going to the corner, to the end of the barrel as much as possible. But it is kind of risky because you can accidentally restart the whole trial. Like, you're gonna have to go back in with all of this stuff, and it's annoying. So that's why mainly I didn't branch out, because if you try to branch out and you fall in, well, you can guess. And here is, well, proof that it works. Grab this shit. All right, important notes. Important notes. So, since we're eating food instead of using carnivore, the main guy can still use carnivore. That's still on the table. However, the alt account cannot use carnivore. So instead of doing this macro once, you're gonna have to do the trial 3 times, and at the end of the 3rd trial, or even the 4th, if you have some stats to help you, then every 4th one, you're gonna at the end of the trial, you're gonna have to eat. So instead of just doing 1 trial, do 3 of them, eat at the end, and then end your macro. Then you can cycle it instead of, well, losing all of your progress. And not only that, since the macro will probably still be going, because I'm betting most of you won't set a playback loop and will click continuous playback. You're gonna end up in the depths, and you're gonna wipe your alt account. So instead of doing that, just eat. Other notes. Since we have no barrels to spare to place around this guy, some hits might actually move him. So you can't really keep this on 24/7. It does need partial supervision once every hour, 2 maybe, not more. Because you're still running the macro with food, you're not gonna die from it, but it does get annoying because you lose a lot of, well, progress you could have made. Otherwise, enjoy. This is nothing new. Once again, thank you guys for all the views you gave me on my first video. Genuinely, fucking hell. I was shocked. Thank you guys for also the support. And yeah, happy grinding. May great relics reach you.